it's been wonderful. But man, I can't seem to. I don't have that that balance. You know, I don't have that balance. Like I'm obsessed with jiu-jitsu, and I got to do jiu-jitsu. And I mean, even if I'm hurt, I always feel like, fuck, if I miss out today, I'm not going to be as good. I'm going to fall behind other white belts or something like that. That's crazy, man. I respect the both of you. You both inspire the shit out of me. Really, I honestly do. I don't know where your motivation comes from.
People like you, Uncle Steve, we tap into that vibe, dog.
Man, I respect that, but man, there are times where I'm just like, man, I'm like defeated sometimes, and that's because I don't have that balance, man. It's one or the other, and I'm afraid because now I'm going into the semester, and again, I'm an extremist in all that I do. Of course, not. I don't do drugs, and I'm not fundamental religious extremist, but if I do one thing, I have to dedicate all of my time and my attention to it. So when this semester comes in, I'm really honed in on being the best teacher I possibly could be, implementing the best practices that I can. And then there's jiu-jitsu, my obsession. I have to go every day. I have to go to both classes, and it's balance, man. Balance is tough, Balance is tough.
How many days a week are you training right now?
Between 4 and 5.
And you're doing what? Did you say you're going twice a day or once a day?
So it's once a day, but there are 2 classes. Yesterday I only went for 1 class because I didn't go to the gym earlier on. But I'll usually stay for both classes. So today I have open mat in a little while. Open mats from 6 to 7, and then there's no gi from 7 to 8. And I usually just skip no gi, but some of the guys at the academy suggested that I start going to no gi class as it would kind of help with my gi game. So I've been going to no gi, but yeah, I usually go for both classes, so for 2 hours.
So, question I have for you, and this is just based on my experience and things that have arose and problems I've had in jiu-jitsu, how much of you being obsessed with it is just needing to get that next level belt because that's on the horizon, and how much of it is the peer pressure of the people that you train with in going those extra sessions, or maybe not taking a day to go run and going to jiu-jitsu instead?
Yeah, that's a great question. I'll start with the latter and then go to the former. I mean, I get what you're saying, but what's great is I'm 36, a 36-year-old grown man. I do what the fuck I want, when the fuck I want, and if anybody doesn't like, fuck you. You know what I mean?
Respect.
Yeah. So I do what I want, and the guys, I have a really great academy, man. Shout out to Gracie Baja in Springfield. The guys there are so great. So I don't really feel pressured by anyone. And I don't feel pressured, or I don't feel motivated by a belt. I'm currently I've been training since November, and I'm still a white belt, and I love being a white belt because there's no expectations, But I know that the blue belt is coming soon, and in fact, I don't want the blue belt. I want to be a white belt for a while because I want to be the best blue belt that I possibly can be, for myself. So as a white belt, I reach out to my friends. They reach out to Roddy. Shout out to Roddy, Super Dave, all my jiu-jitsu friends, and ask them hey, what would you recommend a white belt do? And it's just about drilling, drill, spar. So I'm trying to do all of that to be the best white belt. So going into a blue belt, I don't feel inadequate. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
So I'm not chasing the belt. I'm just trying. If I'm going to do something and invest my time and my money in, I want to, again, I want to milk it for what it's worth, man. I want the juice to be worth the squeeze, and I want to fucking squeeze, I want to squeeze everything out of it that I possibly can. And the only way I see fit to do that is to go anytime I possibly can and, learn.
Is it fun?
It's a blast. Again, I thank goodness. I no longer have an ego. even when I lose, and which is often, it's a learning opportunity. You know, it's a teaching moment. It's fantastic, man. It's win or lose. That's what's great about jiu-jitsu, man. Win or lose, you learn. You know, win or lose, you win. You know, it's the best. It's the absolute best. And I think that's what's also like very, very. I hate saying addictive because, you know, there's negative connotation with addiction, but that's what makes it so much fun, you know, and it makes me want to go there at every single class. And I look forward to, you know, my whole entire life, if it's not physiology, it's jiu-jitsu. Like if I eat, I'll turn on YouTube and I'll just watch like IBJJF matches or, you know, instructional videos and wild shit, man.
Well,
whole entire life.
I think if it's fun, keep doing what you're doing. You know, as long as you're being healthy and your body feels good and you're having fun and you're totally engrossed in it and enjoying it and loving the process of learning, keep doing that and don't stress about not doing other things. You know, I think supplemental strength training can be good for just for your ability to grip onto things and have better leverage on people. It's also good for joint health and stuff like that, where the joints can take a beating. But, I mean, I think that there are lots of things that you can do in a short amount of time that's going to give you that quick hit of strength that you need for your joints and joint health, so that you can practice 4 or 5 days a week and not have to stress out about thinking that you're not balanced or that you're you're missing out on things in terms of other avenues of maybe health and wellness or fitness.
Yeah, I have to put that in my head, man. Sometimes I forget, you know. Sometimes I feel like I have to juggle more than I have to. And it really is. It's an unnecessary burden I place on myself. It's wild. But, you know, c'est la vie, man. You know, c'est la vie.
YOLO.
So what keeps y'all motivated? What keeps you motivated?
People. I mean, you know, people like you, people like some of the other followers that are doing the Airey Bros Daily Challenge. It started off as just something Jimmy and I did to challenge ourselves in a bit of a transition period, and then little by little, more and more people are jumping in and doing it. And there's some days where you definitely put it off till the end of the day and you're not wanting to do it, but you know that there's 10, 15, 20 other people that are around doing it, and they're just waiting to see your post. So that, you know, that can be motivating. Sometimes, though, you know, you don't have the motivation, and that's where being a lifelong athlete comes in, is because sometimes you're not motivated, but you can always be dedicated.
Yeah.
To be honest, Uncle Steve, I would say what keeps me motivated and keeps me in motion and just training, it all comes back to peace of mind and just being able to get that peace of mind through movement and breath.
Fuck yeah, man.
Yeah, and now more than ever, going out and running in the mountains for 4, 5, 6 hours is just as much of a spiritual practice as it is an athletic endeavor. You know, going out and hanging out and being out there all day and hugging some trees and running up some mountains and stuff like that. That's where you get your fix in, and it doesn't. You know, like I said before, I want this to be a lifelong practice. Even if I'm not racing, I still want to have the ability to be strong enough and fit enough to go out and, you know, run up a mountain and go to 14,000 feet and come back down in a reasonable time, where, you know, sometimes it takes people 8 to 12 hours to do it, and I can get up and down in under 3 hours.
Yeah, it really is about longevity, isn't it? You know?
Yeah,
really,
you know, and I think that's probably another motivator for Jimmy and I, is just our dad was super into racing and fitness and training and all that stuff, and he got a couple injuries and completely up and stopped doing it, and now he is pretty inactive, and I think that's something that motivates. I know it motivates me. I don't want to speak for Jimmy, but there's a lot of things that I want to try to avoid ending up like, and one of those is being a sedentary person. You know, I think the minute you stop moving, the minute you stop exercising and stuff, that's where things start to fall apart and the wheels start coming off. So my goal is to keep my meat vehicle as healthy and strong and fit as I possibly can until the day they put me in the box.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be a handsome corpse, the meat vehicle. You guys stretch at all?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, on the reg.
What's the stretching routine look like? I know this is supposed to be like a podcast, but now it's just kind of like.
We'll get to it. Don't even worry. We got our Uncle Steve on the phone. It's all good. It's stretching routine for me. It's different. I do a lot of, postural exercises, breathing into trying to keep my spine nice and long. A lot of mobility stuff, and then just some basic yoga movements. Just follow my breath to it, but. Whether it be that or sitting in a lotus for a little bit, I try to do a little bit of something every day. And I was just thinking about it the other day. I think it was like 2008. I saw a video of Airey Bros talking about like sitting in the lotus position for 10 minutes a day. And the only way you can get a 10-planet black belt is to have a double lotus. And now I can sit in double lotus, but it was like a 10-year process of just a little bit each day. So something like that, when you can see the payoff in the long run, is so worth it, even though at one point, you never saw the end of it. To me, that's worth it in gold.
Interesting. Yeah, that's something I lack, man. Stretching. I sit all day working, and then I go to Jiu Jitsu, and then I lift, and then I go back home, and I work all day, so I'm stuck in a fucking chair, and my hip flexors are just tight, man. It's wild.
Check out Five Parks Yoga on YouTube. She's got
5 Parks Yoga?
Yeah, she's got probably 50 or 60, if not more, yoga routines on there for, there's some that are shorter and focused specifically on certain body parts, shoulders or hips. And then she's got some longer, like vinyasa flows and stuff like that. And I try to do it once a week. Sometimes if I'm on it, I'll do it more throughout the week. I'm trying to incorporate that more into the practice now. But, yeah, I think just having the ability to, roll out your mat and pop it up on YouTube and do it in your living room or wherever rather than having to spend, $100, $150 to go to a yoga studio. She guides you through everything like it's a regular yoga class. So, and it's just one of those things where I know if I set that side of time for that hour, I'm going to get it done.
How many days a week?
Right now, it's only once a week. I go in and out of it depending on where I'm at in my life. There have been times where I've practiced yoga 3 or 4 times a week, and then there's other times where I don't do it at all. And now I'm trying to make sure it's part of my weekly routine. So right now I'm at 1 day a week and hope to get to 2 or 3 times a week because I haven't been doing much in the gym or going to the gym. A lot of what I've been doing lately has just been body weight stuff and calisthenics and that sort of stuff. And I've been having fun with that. And, I've been running a lot more than what I was, a couple years ago. So,
really?
Yeah. I mean, before 2014, I was doing a lot more strength stuff, and I wasn't running as much. And then when I got ready for that first year in Leadville, I was putting on the miles, and right now it's just about what is fun for me, So I haven't found the gym that I'm super stoked on to go to on a regular basis. So I do my thing. I go to the park and do some stuff, or as long as you have a pull-up bar, you're good to go. I mean, if there was only one upper body strength movement that I would recommend for anyone, it would be pull-ups. If I could go back and tell my 14-year-old self, give him one tip, it would be to go on and be on the pull-up bar every day.
Interesting. Yeah, I'll agree with the upper body exercise recommendation for sure. Pull-ups, for sure. You know what I've been loving lately? And I have to just psych myself out to go, but leg day, I love squats, man. I love how I feel after squats specifically. You feel like a god, Man,
squat and a deadlift, like I leave that gym and I must look like I think I'm like the Hulk or something like that, man. It's wild.
Yeah, you've been listening